Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley Camille here at Fifth House Womb. This message is for Gemini. Gemini placements for the week of March 25th through March 31st. This is general guidance, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. At this time, I'd like to welcome forth the power and the presence of the elevated guides who can assist me in delivering the message for Gemini placements. I ask that you open up our ears so that we hear the truth of liberation. I ask that you open up our minds so that we may bloom. I ask you to open up our hearts so that we may embrace our divinity. Please support me in delivering this message with clarity, compassion, and ease. I give thanks. All right. Well, what is the focus for Gemini? This is the last week in March. Focus for Gemini. Allies, wholeness. Allies came in reverse. And wholeness. Give me a second. I'll take my time. So for allies, something is coming through about receiving messages, someone either like kind of bringing forth a message or being a messenger to you, watching for that and embracing your support, as well as potential opportunities for collaboration. You have been this month in a very, I encourage you to watch the other readings because it's all been very much this introspective, this really connecting with yourself and really learning and exploring who this new version of you is. And really a lot of it has been focused on creativity and creation. And so when I say creativity and creation, I literally mean like what you are bringing forth, what you are making, from some pancakes in the morning to a business to a relationship, right? Because we are constantly in the process of creating. And you in particular, it seems like there's something specific that you have been wanting to bring forth, but you need to be careful of feeling like or moving into that being in isolation, especially because you've been in such this energy of reflection, introspection, and self, and getting clear on self. Well, that is so that, you know, it can, the world can see you in your wholeness, in your authenticity, but what you create, it feels like, is to be in collaboration or with others, or with others in mind, and not to block that. Because it feels like either some resistance or either an idea of, oh, I can do this all myself, or not taking in completely into consideration the components of, give me a second, how that will involve others, especially if that's, you know, your ultimate goal or outcome, right? It's like the energy of, in a relationship, just kind of like not talking to the other person, but putting a responsibility or expectation on them without knowing if they're even down for that or game for that. Like, it just has to be, don't block yourself off from other or external at this time. it doesn't feel, it just feel like a reminder, right? Keep in mind as you're coming out of this period of, you know, like this solitude and this introspection. It's like the next level of it, more of you haven't been doing it, or more of a challenge, if that is clear, right? It's like, keep this in mind. It's time to hear who you are building with. 3 of Cups. Okay, yes. Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom. Yeah, so give me a second. Time. But it definitely feels like whatever you have been working on or thinking about, or your attention has been focused on, you know, especially as it pertains to your introspection and what you want to create, we're moving into the next phase of that. We were moving into some more of an action, right, and putting things into place. Specifically of like, how will this happen? It feels like the game plan. It feels like the creating of a strategy, for lack of a better word. I want that to apply generally. Thinking things through. This is an less of evaluating your, this isn't a like picking from energy. This isn't like a evaluating your options. It is the evaluation of one thing to bring this into the next level, into operation, into working. So taking the lessons, taking what you have gained from your periods of introspection, and using that information for moving forward. And so it's so interesting because I know it's clear. It's like, keep in mind the other and the working for other, but not to lose sight of what you are ultimately building. But it's just, you know, what you ultimately had in mind and what you ultimately had desired. It's just to remember to do so collaboratively, so that that thing can show up, knowing what you expect, or knowing like what needs to happen, right? Again, I'm not feeling the energy. I'm not feeling an energy of like that thing not being available. But what might also be new is the naming that, saying that, doing that up front, or opening it up for or the collaboration of creating that vision together, or with other or external in mind.